my gosh, it's been ages.
Hello, we are back.
Luke, how you doing?
I am doing amazing. How are you doing, Matt?
Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Wow, missed this.
Well, it's been 2 weeks since my last podcast, roughly. Is it 2 weeks
Yeah,
or 3 weeks now?
I think it's about 2 weeks. Yeah, the world's been on their knees saying, "Give us a podcast, give us a podcast."
Yeah, so we've got 2 or 3 weeks of gaming news to catch up on. There will be another podcast released after this podcast, actually, where I'll
Yep,
just go over some extra information about other topics that we're not going to get to do in today's.
beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay. So, do you want to hear what's up for today?
tell me what's up for today.
So we've got the Xbox. So we kind of get split into two sections actually. We've got Xbox information and we've got PlayStation information. The last 2 weeks have been pretty up with information. So we're going to start with Xbox and then we're going to go on to PS5.
It's been buzzing with news about this stuff, hasn't it? So yeah. So
Absolutely.
hold on. Wait a minute. Who are you?
Well, I said I'm Luke. I said my name. I said I'm Luke. What's that for the world? And let's get started. You want to hear that so badly, don't you?
I wanted to hear that. I've not heard it for so long. Luke, brilliant. Just
It's
we got
like
Xbox. The world's been buzzing with Xbox and play stuff, hasn't it? Really?
PlayStation. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, and let's dive straight into the Series X commercial, Luke.
Yeah, this commercial is absolutely incredible. I love it. Just, it's not a gameplay. Yes, it's completely animated. Yes, we are still waiting on decent gameplay for every single game included. Yes, yes, yes. You know what?
What?
I could not care at all.
And
The
why?
graphical quality of this, the
Ah,
the sheer kind of what this actually includes is focus from Xbox. See, I'm not into Xbox because I'm not supporting Xbox this gen because they got the best games, which in my
right,
opinion they do have some of the best games by the way. But that's not why I'm supporting them. I'm not supporting them because they've got I'm not supporting them because they've got the most powerful console. Yeah? Like because they do. By pure numbers they have the most powerful console. We'll get on to the whole does that
yeah,
PS5 make up for the entire difference thing, which it doesn't. It doesn't. But we're not going to go into that because some people say that makes up for it. It doesn't.
right.
But the point is that
Tell us, why are you
this,
supporting them? Because you're drawing this out like a
I
X Factor
thought
or
that at the time. So
you're drawing it out. I wanted to know who's won, why. Tell us.
answer
You are?
consumer
Yeah.
friendliness.
Why'd you like it?
Consumer friendliness.
Consumer friendliness. That's
Matt,
nice.
you know what this is like. Me, you and I have had multiple discussions about what this is.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Please send me,
compared to
excuse me while I drink
PS5,
my coffee. Go on, what?
compared to PlayStation, they've got lower cost for people who want an entry level into the next generation. They've
Mm-hmm.
also got the higher end at the same price as the PlayStation, which is that slight advantage in graphical power, even if the gameplay isn't showing it,
Yeah.
hence 2021 delay. But actually, this commercial shows that it has that focused on games. It has the drive that we missed 7 years ago. It shows that Microsoft is looking to repair what they lost. And
I you just mentioned. Sorry, go on. To repair what they lost. Go on.
yeah, so
So
last
you feel they,
generation,
so in saying that, you feel that they've lost something over the last 7 years.
no, they gained it back. They
Hmm.
gained it back. So 7 years ago, Matt, you probably didn't see. I don't know if you know the Xbox reveal or what happened, but they announced it as more of a living room entertainment device than a game console.
Right.
And for all of their fans from the 360,
Yeah.
like don't get me wrong, they showed off some incredible games and stuff, but their focus wasn't gaming. And that was reflected in the UI of the console, that was reflected in their messaging, pricing. Everything was reflected as almost this is not a game console. And in the last 7 years, every move Microsoft has made it has been a move towards consumer friendliness with Game Pass, with all of their latest games going to Game Pass. It's been a move to consumer friendliness with xCloud, allowing games to be on PC, to be on Android devices. It's been a move with Game Pass for PC, allowing you to bring the Xbox games onto PC and keep that progression without having to buy the game a second time. Their deal with EA, starting on November 10th, you get access to 76 EA games from the EA Play library for no extra cost in Game Pass Ultimate and Game Pass PC. Everything they do, both shows they're very consumer friendly and eliminates the need to actually buy any more games.
So what I'm hearing you saying, because obviously I understand there's a couple of differences between the two Xboxes, isn't there?
Yes, there are.
One of them has a disc drive, the other one doesn't, which means that actually it's pure online gaming. Yeah, so you no longer have to go out and physically buy a game.
You no longer have that option. That option is now gone. If you go for a lower cost one, the option is gone.
The option is gone. If you go for the lower cost, you don't buy a game. Yeah, you cannot buy a game. Yeah,
you can't buy a game physically. You can buy it on the Microsoft Store, but you can't buy a disc and put that into your game.
Okay, so you got to do it, because what I've also heard. So there are a couple of things that I've heard here. One is that obviously you feel several years ago they went for more home entertainment. It sounds like very much like some of the big supermarkets and stuff. And I'm not going to mention any of them or anything, but when they started diversing and going into shoppers bank and shoppers mobile and all that sort of stuff, and these supermarkets started opening bank accounts and mobile accounts, and you can buy your mobile from any one of several different supermarkets, and they kind of lost who they were because they lost identity as to what they were. They stopped delivering a service and spread too thinly, and some of them suffered as a result. What I'm hearing you saying is Microsoft, when they went out as more of home entertainment, they lost some of the direction of what they were. Yeah, but now they've come back and it seems more pure online gaming, pure gaming. They've come back to a gaming console as opposed to we can do everything system.
Yeah, that is exactly what they've done.
Yeah, but they've got more focus on the stream of we're a gaming console, but you can do other things with us. Yeah?
Yeah. So it's more in line with PlayStation's original branding for the PS4 now. Exactly. And ironically, Sony are also doing what Xbox is now doing.
Right.
But last generation, at the start of it, Sony looked very consumer friendly, and that's now gone to Xbox. And if you want to know why I believe Xbox have a massive advantage in this, then I say that we go on to the review that we have of the Series X.
That brings us nicely and swiftly into it, doesn't it? Right? Plugs us for 2 stories on and brings us up. Oh, Luke, I like the way you do that. You just
I've planned that. I've planned that with that sentence.
I see what you've done there. So this is we Series X reviews and gaming. Go on, tell us.
Series X reviews. So this is coming from The Verge and we're done by Tom Warren. He's kind of their game console person in a way.
Yeah, I've read some.
Or maybe the Microsoft person. One or the other. Either way, though, he describes the switch between Series X and One X. Remember, One X is, I guess, current gen. The line between current gen and next gen is becoming very slim as we get close to that date.
Because we're getting closer to that date, absolutely. Yeah. It's like Halloween, isn't it? The veils
I'm going to say current.
Closer to that time when there's a crossover and a mass. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. So I'm going to say current gen is 1X.
Yeah.
And next gen is still Series X. It's not here yet.
Yeah.
So he describes it as the switch from between going to cable internet. So cable internet is is what the next generation is going to be. So Series X is equivalent to cable internet. And going back to the days of a 56k modem / dial-up internet.
Mm-hmm.
That is the description of the difference that he's giving. So he's only been able to review certain parts of it due to those things not being quite ready.
Mm-hmm.
So that includes backwards compatible games,
mm-hmm.
load times, and the new quick resume feature. So I have a couple ways I could do this, but I'm going to do this in a really specific way. And that way is, let's just go over the load times because it's the easiest way to do it.
You see, I think load times is a good one, isn't it? Because load
Yeah,
times is always something when you're looking at games, isn't it? Because I mean, I've played both. I've played most consoles. Yeah, from my original one was Xbox, but I've played on the latest PlayStation 4 and Xbox One as well.
yeah, and
Um,
you're gonna have an Xbox One fairly soon, aren't you? As well, don't forget.
Quite possibly. Let's take a look. Who knows what Santa could turn around and bring? Maybe bring me a Series X. But yeah, go on. So tell
Yeah,
me.
no, it's not going to be a Series X. It's going to be an Xbox One. You know that.
I know. I've already contacted Microsoft and said, hey, listen. So tell me, Luke. Tell me.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to load times. So,
yeah.
so you can have up to a minute's different. It's normally less than that though. So for Call of Duty Warzone, it goes from 21 seconds on the One X
Right.
down to 16 seconds.
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption 2 goes from 1 minute 35 seconds to 52 seconds.
That's quite something, isn't it?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
The Outer Worlds goes from 27 seconds to just 6 seconds.
Is this dependent? Because I mean, let's take a look. Is this depending upon your download speed? Because if you're playing online, is it
No,
your
this
download speed?
isn't download. Right, this is pure on-device load speed. This isn't. You can't do. No,
No.
this isn't online play. These are like when you're in the offline portion of a game, even if that game is technically an online game.
And that's what I
It's
wanted
like
to
the
clarify.
load screen. It's like the loading screens before you get to that point where you have to enter the online world.
That's
So from
some of these are frustrating. It's like you're sat there. It's like being at home. You're watching something on YouTube or whatever you might be, and then suddenly, you get your oh my gosh, the internet is
exactly.
frozen. Or you're out and about on
So
your mobile, and suddenly you got. I was watching something myself, and it kept jumping. I was like, this is like frustrating. But
yeah, so it's from
and game load times is the same. It's really frustrating, especially waiting for like 1 minute 40. That's like forever when all you want to do is play a game. But it's all that information that they're trying to get into the game, isn't it?
it is. So let me clarify this in a really easiest thing. So when you press the button on the home screen
Yep.
or in the My Games and Apps section, whatever, when you first launch the game from like the console UI
Yep.
to the first kind of main menu,
Yeah.
or so not when you are in an online game. Apart from Destiny 2, that's due to the way Destiny 2 works. That is how that will go.
That's how they are. Yeah.
Like Destiny 2 is straight into the online mode,
So
technically.
the
But
online game.
the point is, it's a massive. Destiny 2 is a massive decrease actually. So on the One X, it was 1 minute and 52 seconds.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, 1 minute and 52 seconds. That's not the longest one on here. We've got another one that's even longer. On the Series X,
Yeah.
43 seconds.
43 seconds. You
Yeah,
see, I suppose, well, do you know what? In 43 seconds, I don't know, you can't really do much in 43 seconds. You can't get up, go out, make a cup of tea, and come back, right? But
no, you can't. Like,
no, you can't.
it
But
is still a lengthy amount of time,
it is, isn't it? But you can go
but
out and do the
it's
packet.
decent.
Yeah, it's better
Yeah,
than what it has been. Yeah.
exactly.
Mm.
No Man's Sky currently has a loading time of 2 minutes and 13 seconds on the One X.
Wow.
It is now 1 minute and 27 seconds. Still a very long time, but just for those of you who kind of want the breadth of detail that's included in this, that is a whole like minute.
Just out of interest, so I'm unfamiliar with that game. I don't know if you're familiar with that game or if you played it.
I know enough of it.
Um,
Basically, it's a
is
massive game that has like over 100 worlds in it or something. It has millions
so
of worlds.
this is the reason why it takes that long, and I take it it's the graphic detail which is going into those games, right?
Yes, and
Yeah.
for the
Okay.
for the record, No Man's Sky. This is all of these as well. There've been no optimization to the games to make it get to this point. Yeah, they've done nothing to textures. Nothing's been changed. It's the exact same version that downloads on the One X.
Brilliant.
That's
So the
on the
game
Series X.
are still the same beautiful, crisp games that you've been playing
Yeah,
with amazing graphical ability
yeah.
and attention to detail. It's just that the Series X or whichever Xbox you're getting is that much more powerful that it's actually going to turn around and deliver you crisper, faster times with the
That's
same.
the SSD.
Oh, that's nice. That
That
sounds
is
good.
that SSD. So
Yeah.
this isn't with a graphical improvement. This is
Mhm.
necessarily like a straight up graphical improvement, let's say. This is without a specific graphical improvement. This is just the exact same download file with no changes, being about a minute quicker when it has the ability to be. So Sea of Thieves had a minute and 21 seconds. It is now 20 seconds. Warframe,
Yep.
a minute and 31 seconds, 25 seconds.
Brilliant. Do you know what I'm hearing is I'm sure there's like 20,000 other games there which have an
Actually, that's
improvement.
all of them. We've been through all of the ones, but we kind of got load times for.
Okay. I was just going to wonder though. I was wondering because they've gone faster. I was wondering in my mind, are there any that have gone backwards or any that have gone slower?
No,
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 we
that
haven't.
won't happen. That won't
Right.
happen.
Right.
Do you want to know why that won't happen? So I understand why you'd ask that actually, but no. So with this technology,
Yeah.
an SSD, like if you just replace an SSD with a hard drive,
Yeah.
you would instantly see an improvement in load times regardless.
Okay.
You'd instantly see that improvement. Yeah, that's like as long as it's a good quality SSD, there'll be an instant improvement.
Yeah. SSD, by the way, is solid state drive.
Solid state drive, yes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. But Microsoft have done some extra engineering on the back end, which has actually improved that even further to make it to this. So it will always be lower than it was on your One X, on your Xbox One console from 7 years ago. Always be faster.
Which is good. So it's always going to be quick. It's always going to be faster. That's quite something. That's good. I suppose all we're going to turn around and be watching out for is what comes on in the future. So what else have they been saying about this Series X? What else is out there?
Yeah, so we're running low on our time, so let's speed through this. So game performance.
Yeah.
Destiny 2, it has been held back by the CPU and hard drive in the One X. Definitely, I can confirm that with my 7-year-old Xbox One. Again, it is slow.
I wonder how it compares to my original Xbox.
Your original Xbox doesn't run them, so yeah, let's not even go there.
Let's not go there. My original Xbox is fashioned for a museum, but you know what?
I'm surprised. Can you still play games on that thing?
Of course, I can still play games, and I still got Fable, and I still love playing Fable and a few of the other original.
Oh, the original Fable games. You know, there's a new Fable coming out in the next 2 years. Actually, that's gonna be really fun to play.
I did hear this. They made several different versions of Fable, and it's like, and with the upgrades, and yeah, so it'll be interesting to see. But the original one, always like the original. Anyway, sorry, we digress. Back to you.
Yeah. So basically, though, with the new CPU and the new graphics as well as the SSD, Destiny 2. So for all of you Destiny 2 fans out there, you'll know what I mean when I say this. The character menu on Xbox One X is notoriously slow. Notoriously slow.
Mm.
On the Series X, it loads instantaneously. I got a GIF/GIF. I'm gonna say it both ways to avoid arguing in the comments. Right in front of me right now.
It's GIF.
And it really does. This is real. This is a real-time thing, and it really does just show exactly how this kind of looks and how it loads. It's absolutely incredible.
Right.
So it's definitely an improvement, and the improvements are able to be seen everywhere. And games do apparently automatically benefit from CPU, SSD, and GPU improvements to run smoother. Should we move on to Quick Regime?
Move on to what? Who, man?
Quick Regime, the new fast regime feature for Series X.
I think we need to, because you just have me who? Yeah, I think we need to do that. Yeah.
So the Xbox One had a fast regime feature itself. It kind of let you swap between two apps, but it didn't really work properly. I can concur. Use my Xbox just today. Actually, I ended up shutting my Xbox down because it tried to use it, and the fan ramped up to the level of a jet engine. I felt like my Xbox was about to explode, so I just turned off the power. So I just hit the power button and just said, "No, you're done."
Wow. Is this because, I mean, obviously you've had that Xbox for like 7 years or so.
7 years, yeah.
Is this because you've just been cane in it? Is this because you've just been playing hard on your Xbox and you've actually driven it to the point of almost
Um,
flogging the horse to death? Is that
yeah,
what
it is
you're
probably part of it. I'm not going to lie, the amount I play is a decent amount. I played it a good amount over the last 7 years. Not
right?
daily or anything, but I played it definitely what I call a good amount. And
Right.
so that is probably part of it. But also, Quick Resume on the Series X,
Yeah.
it takes around 5 seconds to resume games where you left off. So
Right.
let's bear that in mind. So all of my games that had that, let's say, still over a minute load time, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
those are now going to go back down to about 5 seconds when
Mm-hmm.
doing quick resume.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you, so the way quick resume works is you can open up to, I say, about 5 games. Now, it can't be games like Sea of Thieves that have a massive multiplayer arena or something like that. Yeah, that can't be a thing. Because in fact, if that changes constantly, Destiny 2 could work, I think, in some ways.
Mm-hmm.
If you're quick enough with it, Destiny 2 could work with Quick Resume, but it won't work with, say, turning your console off and then turning it back on.
Okay.
I think Quick Resume works so you've got 5 titles once your Xbox is turned on, but you can switch between easily.
That's
And
pretty
when you
awesome,
turn up,
isn't it?
so that's really good.
That's
But
really awesome. I'm hearing that. I mean, it took a time for that to sink in. So you can have 5 running titles in the background, and you can switch between. Yeah.
yeah, so 4 in the background, one that you're using constantly.
That's
Currently,
do you know what? That's beautiful. That's powerful. That's
it's
really cool.
amazing. I love
I
it.
don't. It's but I mean, I'm listening to that. I'm hearing that. I'm wondering, does that depend upon the graphical detail and the content? Because you can
No,
swap, blah blah blah. You can no, so it doesn't. So
so
it's
Warren is saying that he tested 5 games that are all of different graphical quality.
yeah,
Yeah, so I'm going to give a very obvious version of this.
right,
Ori and the Will of the West. Sorry, no.
uh-huh,
Ori and the Blind Forest Definitive Edition
uh-huh,
compared with Assassin's Creed. Uh,
yep,
which one is it? Hang on, give it a sec to just do this. Yeah, with Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Yeah, so Ori Definitive Edition and Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Those are two very different game styles,
uh-huh,
and they have very different graphical levels of quality. There is a 5 second load time difference, 5 seconds of loading from Assassin's Creed to Ori, and I would assume that's about the same the other way around.
yeah,
That shows that it's not really that big, but like
mm-hmm,
Sea of Thieves can't support it due to the nature of the game. But I don't hold it against Microsoft; it's not really their fault. Now,
okay,
as for the Xbox itself, it is faster. So Warren is limited to backwards compatible games, load times, and quick resume.
mm-hmm.
So we don't know what the new things are, and we don't have a UI, etc., etc.
I suppose there's someone that's going to
Um,
come in, yeah, in the
yeah.
near time, yeah, okay, which you can
As for
expect.
UI, I can speak to UI myself.
Uh-huh,
Just I have access to a new UI. I don't know exactly how limited I am on what I can say, but
right,
what I'm saying is exactly the same as what Microsoft is saying,
right.
which is that on my original Xbox, and this is all over YouTube everything as well. It's all over YouTube.
In which
But
case you're not limited. If it's
so
not
I
there,
think I'm fine. But
yeah,
basically, it is so much faster in terms of what they're running. Like
no,
the level of speed that you get is so much faster on my original Xbox One. Just
yeah.
much faster navigating through the UI. The Microsoft Store. Oh my gosh, I actually prefer the store 8 times a day. Honestly, over the older one, it's so much faster. Doesn't get caught up. It's a lot nicer. Just overall, I don't know what they've done, but they've optimized something that means it's just nicer to be loaded.
Well, I think what we're looking at, yeah, let's not question. What we're looking at is it's been 7 years since they last brought out, right, a console. So they've had
No,
7 years.
no, Matt.
What?
Right, Matt, let me
No, it's
correct you
not,
on
is
that.
it?
Sorry. No,
No,
so
no, it's
Matt,
not. Yeah, I'm with
so
you.
it's
It's
been
not,
7 years since a new generation has started.
but it's
Yeah, a
not been
new generation. It's
yes,
been 3 years
3 years. Sorry, 3 years.
since a
Yeah,
new console.
It's been 3 years since the new console. But
No,
even
no, no.
no.
That's not technically correct. 2 years
Ooh,
if you want to count the 1S digital edition. I
no.
don't count it. The same as the 1S just without a disc drive.
Yeah,
But if you want to count it, then you can. Feel free to.
I think, but this is what I think. These ones in between were let's play, let's see, because what we're saying is still 2 years in the realms. If we're going to say 2 years, 3 years, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, but if we because a month in the world of technological advancement is huge. A,
Oh, it's absolutely massive. You'd be shocked to hear some things I
what
hear over a month.
they've had is 2 years to stay quiet, to concentrate on the development of something which they can build upon, increase upon, and build upon, and bring to the fore to deliver what we've got now,
Yeah.
right? Which
Uh,
is this Series X. So what we've got is the latest, statist. Oh, I just know all
yeah.
singing, all dancing device that they can bring out, and I'm struggling for
Yeah.
for
Okay,
music.
so let
Yeah,
me explain it. So it has been 3 years since the Xbox One X was released in November of 2017.
hmm.
So it has been 3 years in November from
Yeah,
when the last console was released by Xbox. And the
what
fact is, though, those 3 years, yeah, that's not even a hard thing. But that's 3 years of them working with AMD behind the scenes
yeah,
on AMD's new graphics.
love AMD. Go on. Yeah,
Oh my gosh, their pricing is incredible. They released some new processors. That will be in the second segment of this, which will release afterwards, not in this,
uh-huh.
obviously. This will go up separately.
Why aren't you including me in that one? Anyway, come on, carry on.
Because you decided you only wanted to do it for another 8 minutes.
Because I have commitments. I've got commitments that I have to go and attend to. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I know. But
Yeah,
long story short, though, this is an incredible thing to see Xbox doing. And they
yep,
already held that title for most powerful console over the PlayStation. So this
yes.
is just them kind of bringing that back, showing, yes, we still have it. Yes, we are keeping it. It's not going anywhere anytime soon.
Because they went off the boil for a little bit, but you're going to speak about that later anyway. Okay, so there
Yeah,
it is. I mean, this what we're talking about is they've had 2 years since they brought out the last console, 2 to 3 years, and they've had that time to go away, develop, and bring something amazing to the table, which they've done with the Series X.
that's
And you
what
know
this is
what?
looking like.
We've got the launch date coming up, November.
November 10th.
Yep.
I have some amazing news about my review.
Go on.
So I'm getting a console around launch window, I hope. I'm hoping to get a console
Right.
around launch window.
Uh-huh.
And I'll do a small announcement saying I have a Series X and what my kind of first impressions are. I'll use it for a bit, obviously. Have a go
No,
at some of
no.
my games to see what it does to them.
Yep.
In terms of just putting them, I'll copy a couple of them from my SSD to the Series X, as a couple of them will be enhanced anyway. I'll give
Right.
both games a go, see what it does, see how it
Yep.
looks.
Yep.
And I'll do a first impressions kind of mini episode.
Okay.
And then I'm going to say a week later,
Yeah.
I'll do a temporary kind of midpoint review
Okay.
where how I'm feeling after my first week.
Right.
And then a month from the original, from my original one, my
Yep.
original podcast on the Series X, I'll have a final one with full reviews, which will also be typed up into an article.
Do you know what I'm thinking, Luke? You're going to turn around, you're going to get your Xbox, you're going to sit on it, you're going to forget the world exists, and then 3 years later, you're going to come out of your Xbox going, "Wow, what a submersive experience that was."
No, that won't be happening. I got exams. Like
Yeah,
the
I know.
week I get my Xbox, I got
Luke,
exams.
we look forward to what's coming out. Right, let's
Yeah.
move on to PlayStation because time's rocking. We're having this
We have 6 minutes. I'll go over headlines and important details.
We've not got
Um,
6 minutes. We've got about 10 minutes. Let's go. PlayStation 5. Yeah.
okay, PlayStation 5. So they've been hands-on with hardware and games, no UI. That is a massive annoyance. Actually, we do know the Series X UI. It's not a secret.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a shame. And also, this was only in Japan. No American YouTubers or media have got their hand on a PS5.
Okay, that's interesting. But do you know
Yeah,
what's going to play Japan for actually getting their hands on? I mean, it's where is it actually developed?
Sony is a Japanese
It
company,
is
so
Japan,
that
isn't it?
does come with those perks.
So do you know
But
what? Fair play, because they've got hands on. Instead of being rocked out to the rest of the world, it's been delivered to the home country that develops it. Well
yeah,
done,
it's not
Japan.
officially released,
Right.
but it's their preview. It's their preview.
I think that gives people, massive gamers, a chance to get out there, play it. Despite there's a pandemic going on, gives them a chance to get out there, play it, and then come back to it. Yeah, and then they can
Yeah,
get the live hands-on reviews, can't they, from
exactly.
sort of people? And that's not bad, is it? It saves them rolling out worldly, what during this current state. So actually, that's not a bad thing. Yeah. Okay.
So so this unit was only given to media outlets. Obviously, this is the
Yeah.
same as the Series X preview, only to
Yeah.
media outlets.
Okay.
Specifically media outlets in Japan, and
Yeah.
it wasn't given to them to have in their own in their own place or anything. It wasn't in their homes or anything. It was an
Okay.
hour or so session in a Sony booth with just
Yes.
the console and the TV with the controller, with very specific
Absolutely.
games allowed.
Yeah.
Like it's very tightly controlled compared to Xbox.
It's stopping people from unscrewing it, taking it apart, seeing what's in there, ripping it through. So they've got to read the specs, go by what the specs are, and then play it and see what the
Yeah,
game ability is. So it's not letting people
exactly.
get into the pure, physically pure nuts and
No, they're
bolts of
not
it.
allowed. They have
No.
no free. They have no freedom on what they're allowed to show.
Okay, so it's
It's very kind of
very very
Sony
controlled,
cut marketing, I'd say. Like
right?
they have an amount of creative control from what I can tell, but just due to the environment Sony's put them in, they can't really be saying much against it because obviously they have Sony probably around them in the background
No, not really.
monitoring
Because
what they say.
if they want to go off and report something and say, well, actually, it's not good, it's still down to the individual, and they can still say, no,
Yeah,
this
no,
wasn't good.
they could
But
do
what?
that in a different video, but they couldn't do that in this video.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
I mean, what you're saying, right?
yes,
There's
it's
nothing.
due to the way that yeah,
There's nothing that stops a person walking away and writing a report based on what they see. That's
yeah,
journalism,
that's
yeah?
what I mean. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
there's none of, as far as I can tell, there's none of that. So
Right. Okay.
the games did look incredible.
Yeah. I mean,
Obviously, as we were expecting, but plenty
it's
of the footage has been seen before. It's nothing really too new.
okay. Because
You did it
I played the PlayStation 4, and some of the games that I played on there were pretty awesome. I played
incredible. I had a
so
PS4 myself for a period of time.
I've only done a handful, but the game quality I liked. It was just good. There was something about the game quality and usability of it that I enjoyed.
Yeah,
Um,
it was definitely incredible.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um. Yeah.
So
Now.
we'd expect gameplay to be good from Sony, then, is what I'm
Yeah.
hearing. Yeah.
Yes, but we weren't really given a way to, as far as we can tell, there's no way to really see SSD performance or load times.
Okay. So there's
Due to just how strict it is.
right,
Microsoft had a little bit more leeway in there where you could show the My Games and Apps section, so you can
right.
actually launch applications.
Okay.
So yeah, but the point is, it's definitely good to show how this is working. Now,
Right.
Sony have promised a UI reveal before the release of the PS5, so I'm expecting that by the end of October, as in within the next 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So I'll let you know if we get that, obviously. But let's
Okay.
move on to backwards compatibility.
Let's move on to that.
How much longer do you have?
Yeah, carry on. Backwards compatibility. Yep.
Okay, yeah. So backwards compatibility. So the PS5 is basically going to play every single PS4 game, but there is a list of ones that won't. And even games that are officially confirmed to work may exhibit errors.
Right. Okay. So it's not completely backwards compatible.
Yeah. So there are going to be some errors or unexpected behavior,
Yeah.
and there is the overwhelming majority. So here's a list of the 10 games that won't run at all.
Right.
DWVR, I don't know what that stands for, but DWVR, Afro Samurai 2, Revenge of Kuma, Volume 1, sorry.
Okay.
GT Isle of Man, Ride on the Edge 2. Just Deal With It, Shadow Complex Remastered, Robinson the Journey, We Sing, Hitman Go Definitive Edition, Chad Wan, Joe's Diner.
Okay.
Yeah, so the only game I recognize from that list is Hitman.
Okay.
Those are the only ones I think I really noticed. So
well, maybe they weren't good sellers or something. Maybe that's why they've done it.
yeah,
I don't know. in
Most,
comparison to all the games that are available,
yeah,
if there's only 10 that aren't backwards compatible, that's not bad. Yeah, that's not really
yeah,
a massive, let's line them up and shoot them sort of thing.
exactly.
That's not bad.
Definitely good.
And there are other ones that I'm hearing that is a little bit glitchy, I suppose, with new software. But when was the last time they brought out a PlayStation? When we've done this with Xbox, when was the last time a PlayStation came out?
Uh, PS4 Pro released it. Let me search it this time because I'm not exactly sure. I believe it was 4 years ago.
Right. Okay.
Let's just get it up here quickly.
Yeah.
2016.
2016.
2016.
That's
So
4 years ago. You're spot on. So what we're looking at is they've had 4 years to go away and work on something and come back to it and hopefully have it smooth. What we're hearing is, as opposed to Xbox, which, if we believe everything runs smoothly, I'm sure there will be glitches. Yep, who
there will
knows?
be.
Right, there's always going to be glitches. It's software, it's hardware. There's always going to be glitches, right? It's a digital world, right? But we turn around, we take a look at,
Sony, they got 10 games that won't work at all. The rest will probably be fine.
and Sony, by the sounds of it, they put their hands up and said these ones won't work, and there are glitches on a few others. I think that's pretty well done. That's honest of
Hmm.
them. Yeah, they're not trying to deliver something which they're saying is brilliant and there's no
Yeah.
problems with it. I
And
think
the
that's
thing
good.
about Sony as well,
Yep.
was that they're under more kind of pressure to do this. I hate to say it, but Sony had not been very transparent, so they kind of had to do this.
Well, okay.
But
Right.
it's still good to see them being honest about things that they should be being honest about. But
Yeah.
just so that you're aware, uh,
Uh-huh.
screenshots will need to be generated using the Crate button on DualSense controller, not a PS4 controller. So you're always recommended
Yep.
to use the PS5 controller.
Well, that makes sense, really. I
But
think that kind of goes out saying. What
like,
it means is you can't use your good old favorite controller that you've got used to.
yeah, so
You
you
have to get.
can't use a PS4 controller. You have to use a PS5 controller, which is a fairly big difference, but you should get used to it.
Yeah.
But overall, you should be fine. Certain PS4 games will work with Game Boost, so that'll
Right.
just allow them to run at higher frame rates. That's exactly the same with Microsoft.
Okay.
With Microsoft, it basically depends: is the frame rate unlocked? Frame rate
Right.
if frame rate unlocked equals true, then frame rate increases up to 120 hertz.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's a massive disadvantage or anything. But there are just some general housekeeping things that it is a bit of a shame to see not working.
For example.
Just like the ability that if you're using your PS4 controller,
Oh, right.
you
Okay.
can't
Those.
take a screenshot, like that kind of thing.
It's sometimes into the thing, though, isn't it? Because there is an onus for all companies. It's like to make money from the after sale of add-ons to your device. Yeah, be that a
Yeah.
mobile phone company or a game console company or anything you're buying. It's sort of like an add-on after sale, isn't it? Something that you build and pack on. But like I'm hearing what you're saying, because let's not get it wrong.
The controller's
Game,
included with the
game,
console. It's
game,
not like
game,
they're
game,
fishing for money.
game. No, but gameplay comes down a great deal to you get used to the joypad you're using, don't you? And people
Yeah.
have different joypads. There are different ones. I know people that do still do online gaming via PC, and of course, it still is a huge thing out there. I'm not
Oh no,
dismissing that.
it's still
And,
bigger than
and,
both
and
of
I
the
know what
consoles.
Xbox
Still
is
bigger.
doing, Microsoft, they're making it even bigger, and it's like better and wow. But,
Yeah.
but people have specific design keyboards where they have half a keyboard on their left hand, half a keyboard on their right hand, and they can strap themselves into their keyboards, and they're just playing with it. It's like, wow. It's a whole nother level of ultimate gaming. It's incredible. You just sort of like drool. It's like Homer Simpson looking at a bunch of donuts. It's like, moment, right?
Exactly.
It's like pure ultimate gaming. But there is a thing. But of course, when you upgrade your gaming
The
device,
console. When you're
you're gonna
upgrading console, you're going to be stuck with it for 7 years, possibly.
absolutely. So potentially, it's everyone starts again. You all have to upgrade. You have to get used to a new console, new device, and also all the peripherals that come with that. So those things can be expected, really. But yeah,
The thing about Microsoft, though, that they are doing,
yeah,
just so you know,
yeah,
PS5 in terms of controllers,
yeah,
your PS4 controller basically works perfectly with PS4 games,
yeah.
apart from taking screenshots.
Okay.
But if you want to play PS5 game, you need a PS5 controller.
So you can bring it onto the PS5,
Yeah.
but you
So
can,
you can use the PS4 controller, but only on PS4 games, not on PS5 games.
Look, just out of interest, we were talking about because that's cool, sort of that's a weird one, that one. But just out of interest, because you were saying with the Xbox, you can have like 5 games open in the background, right?
Yes.
What about PlayStation 5? Can we do that on the
I have
PS5?
no clue. I'm
We have
sorry,
no
I have no clue. That's not been announced. That's not been revealed. Again,
right. This is
I'm
still
sorry,
something.
but due to the UI being so locked down for what they could show, we had no way to see load times between game switches.
So when is the release date for the PlayStation
It's
5?
being released in US, Japan, and certain other markets on the 12th of November.
12th of November. Okay.
And then on the 19th of November, it's being released in European markets.
Nice. Okay, that's a nice.
Yeah, so
okay.
the UK, I guess it with PS5, if you want to say it, Sony are treating the European market as second-class citizens in a way. I hate to say it, but they are. We have to wait an extra week. Microsoft is all continents, all countries, same day, apart from China due to restrictions.
No, it should be right. But,
Sony is US, Japan, and certain other markets on 12th. Europe, getting it a week later. We don't really care about your sales too much.
Okay, but that's when those dates come out. They do care about this. But we'll take a look. So tell me, what is this thing that I've been hearing about cross save? We've got 5 minutes.
Cross save. So this has been a major point of contention with this sort of thing.
Yeah.
So on Xbox, almost all companies are saying, yeah, no, your game data will just transfer over. There's nothing to worry about. It will all just transfer over with, nothing to worry about. It's just transfer over. Yeah, it will work automatically on the Xbox. Right. However, PS5, PlayStation. Yep. So Sony say is up to developers, and it will vary title by title cross-generational games.
Right.
Now, I don't know how this works with backwards compatibility titles compared to cross-gen titles. There is a difference there.
Right.
There is a small difference there. But the point is, Microsoft, they make it very easy. Yeah, the same save file that you use on your Xbox One, it just transfers to Series X, and the update patch will allow all of that to be updated. Yeah, so it's very easy for developers. But the fact is, games like Dirt 5, Yakuza Like a Dragon, and Sony's own PlayStation 4, Spider-Man Remastered Edition is not going to have a cross-save feature. So where your PS4 Spider-Man game save won't transfer over to your PS5 Spider-Man unless using. See, the way Sony have done their kind of backwards compatibility combined with their cross-generation is very different to Microsoft.
Right.
So I think if it's backwards compatible, I am right in saying you might be able to get your save. I'm sorry, it's
something. Yeah, it's one of those. I take it because of how they've locked it down and they're not letting people review on it too much. Yeah. We've not got too much information which is written on it then. So I suppose we're going to wait and find out. It is a possibility, but it's not guaranteed.
Yeah, so we know certain games have it, but we also know lots of games don't.
Okay, right. So there it is. So it's because it's a bit down to developer and down to what's going on. Obviously,
now,
Spider-Man is a Sony product, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Now, there is a thing though with Sony. So the way Sony's solution sounds to be is it doesn't seem to be particularly streamlined. So one of Sony's first party games, is getting a post-release patch to incorporate cross-gen saves instead of having it at launch.
Okay.
So it sounds like the way to do it is very complicated, but it will happen at some point for some games. However, some games deciding it's too complicated to take, and it's just extra development time that we don't have.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, that's quite a roundup. That's
Yeah,
quite a
now
run.
you've got to go because you're
I've
like
got to go. Do we have more on
10
this? 'Cause
minutes.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I've got 1 minute. Yeah, and I'm already over
yeah.
time. So yeah.
Okay.
Luke, I
Yeah,
like
thank
that.
you for listening, everyone. Thank you
Go
for
on.
listening, everyone. This has been an incredible episode to do. Matt, it's been so nice to have you back on the show.
Luke, it's been beautiful. Thank you very much for inviting me back in on this one. It's been a
Yeah.
massive show to come back in. I'm sorry, it's just tough that we've had such a short time to discuss all these amazing things that are coming out. So yeah,
I did
okay.
say we could have done it at 11 o'clock this morning. I did
Well,
say that.
no, I'm not listening to you. It's Sunday. I love my beauty sleep. Thank you for the offer, but
It's fine. I had athletics anyway.
yeah. This is it. What I'm not
Yeah.
hearing you. Right.
All right. Thanks for listening, everyone. I will see you in an episode later, sometime later today. Hopefully within the next hour. I just need a bit of time to kind of chill out, have a drink before then. But yeah, thank you for listening, everyone. This has been Luke,
Matt.
and I will see you in the next episode. Matt will probably see you.
When we
Who
do the
knows?
next episode together, who knows? It's a mystery.
Next
It's one of
episode
those
together. It
beautiful
could be next week. It could be next year.
I like to be elusive. Thanks, Luke.
It will be sooner rather than later. Okay.
Okay, and from me, keep safe, world. Look after
Yeah.
yourselves.
Remember, stay home when you can. Wash your hands. Wear a mask. Keep everyone safe. Thanks for listening. This is Dan Out's World. See you in the next.